Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Denver Broncos.
Well, the weather not fully cooperating here in Pittsburgh, but that has not stopped Steeler Nation from filling the stands at a rain-soaked Acrisure Stadium. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. We're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And we get a glance at their leader in the huddle, the veteran, in his 9th season now in the league.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Big article in the paper this morning talking about how they wanted to get chunk plays in the run game. Well, early on, there's a good one.
There isn't for guys on defense. They've got to remember the old adage. You've got to meet force with force, and if you don't, you get run over, as they did on that last play.
Right back to him on first down. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. You look at this Steeler defense. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that...
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Here we go. Yellow, 22. Ready.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 102 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
They'll run here with a rookie. Fights through and now a crease. Down the left sideline. inside the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Steelers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. They'll go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Now a play fake here on first down. This one caught by Crowder. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. You look at this Steeler defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
On second down, Tatum. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. Third and long coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
He'll drop to throw. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job, and Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. This defense for the Broncos, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now a 2nd and 6. Up the middle they go. Silver, and he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Peters. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Watch out now. 60 Fury.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Able to find his man, John Phillips. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Up the middle they go. Peters. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Ready. Yellow. 43.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
22 needle.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Ready.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Losing 4 yards that time. And now it's 4th down. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. From the right hash here. Should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And we get another look now at this Broncos offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They'll look to throw here on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 10-7 our score after 1, right here on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Right back to him on first down. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are once again back in front. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now a give right side. Silver. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
On 3rd down, Tatum. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And how he got away from that first tackler, no idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but These moderate gains getting him first downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it down.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
He gets away from one, and he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down now, it's Peters, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Peters. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 52 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On 2nd down, it's Peters. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Out of the gun now on third down.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much. I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run.
He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Getting caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 21-7, the final score. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. The Titans with a much-needed win to keep their season afloat as they push their record to 2-4 with the win. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football to wrap up the week between the Buffalo Bills and the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter.
And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On second down now, it's Peters, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
2nd and 5. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Well, still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Go ready.
That's me. Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming.
Snap, ready.
Check. Mike 28. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Mike 28.
Let's go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. 30 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
The extra point up and good, and it's now 17-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 9. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 3rd and 2. Back to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
There he goes, right side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Up the middle they go. Albert. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will tie things at 17 all.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
And the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ultra. Black shot.
They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First time they looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
To about the 40-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Yellow, blue. Cause red.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Here's third and a few inches. Now a handoff up the middle.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Up the middle they go. Peters. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Maynard. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the middle they go. Silver. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll run on first down. Maynard. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Peters. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Looking to throw. This is caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Steelers have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead. So still time remaining here in this fourth quarter, but the touchdown there puts him back out in front.
And you and I both know that their defense will not very subtly remind everyone that they started all of this because they held firm on the last drive and only gave up a field goal. Gave it back to the offense in a tie game and said, okay, your turn now, make something happen. And they went down the field and scored.
Extra point safely through, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
This 2nd and 4.
Up the middle they go. Tatum. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Just held on to the football too long there, Charles. That's point blank, right?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the first down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he fields it cleanly. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers. who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Second down and a yard.
Now a handoff up the middle. Peters, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
On 2nd down, it's Peters, and he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
81 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first.
I was used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Up the middle they go. It's Peters. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They work now on 2nd and 9. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down.
They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. And this one is right down the middle. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So the Broncos now down by a field goal. 1:53 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
They'll look to throw.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll try the left side. Silver. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Silver. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. A yard, all they need, but it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Steelers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Denver's offense now set to go.
They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2nd and 3. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Back to throw again. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
They'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone, 1st down. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Steelers, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.